Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to RWBY Volume 9, Chapter 4, titled A Cat Most Curious. Now, Crunchyroll doesn't have the synopsis for this episode up at the moment, so going in completely blind, other than the fact that it's probably a direct continuation of Team RWBY's story from the last episode. But yeah, so in the last episode, we completed another section of the storybook, that being encountered the Red King, and beat him in his own game, because RWBY encountered the Red Prince, and she technically won that game. He cheated, then accused her of cheating, so he flipped the table, which automatically forfeits. And yeah, so she completed that part, so all that's left is the Rusted Knight and getting home, because they also met the Curious Cat, who is obviously going to be helping them. So from the trailer, it seems like this episode is going to be traveling from the Crimson Castle to the night market, where we know they encountered the Jabberwocker again. So obviously Neo didn't beat it down too hard at the end of last episode. They're also probably either encountering the Hookah Caterpillar this episode or next episode. And yeah, still have no idea where the knight is, no idea who the blacksmith person is. Somehow there's still 6 episodes after this for them to make it to the tree, so obviously completing the story is not all that is required for them to actually leave the Ever After. Plus, I'd be slightly perturbed if they created all these unique looking areas of the Ever After, and they only go to 3 of them. I want to know what the dessert area is. I want to know what the felt looking one is. And they're probably going to have to encounter Neo in that land of darkness, so that means traveling all the way back to the start. Hey guys, Future Dylan here, just jumping in to say, I forgot to mention that I have just released the first video on my other channel, The Geek Duo Discusses, where any future theory videos for this show, any breakdowns, any character analyses, are going to be on that channel. The video has been cross-posted on this channel. It is the last theory video that is ever going to be on this channel, and it is about how the semblances in the Ever After are not evolving, but upgrading. So if you're interested in seeing my thoughts on that, consider checking out the channel. But anyway, let's get this episode started in 3, 2, 1, go. Also, I saw a lot of people question why RWBY didn't assist her team in the chess battle, because we see the Red King cheat. He turns both sides against the girls. He jumps on the board and disturbs all the pieces and everything. He brings the dead characters, the pieces, back onto the field. RWBY could have easily just swept her arm across all the pieces and won the battle, but it's interesting, because it's probably playing into the fact that he accused her of cheating, yet the one thing she didn't do is cheat. Like, he did multiple times, and she didn't. Also, it's pretty much confirmed that that shot of Neo in the trailer, this shot, all those people behind her are from her semblance, which means they're likely people from her past. Roman, her parents, and probably a couple other people from Roman Holiday. Still haven't read that book. Possibly people from the time she was on the run. People we did see from her past.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Hello, cat. Curious cat? Which one do you go by?
Oh, I don't go by. That belongs to the days and the years. But if you are asking me what I am, I do suppose I am indeed a cat. Most curious.
Of course.
Yep.
Look,
definitely nailed the
really
Cheshire.
need to get to that giant tree, and so far nothing we've tried has gotten us any further.
It looks to me like we're even farther.
Yeah, I think that's because we're 6 inches tall.
It could be both.
The tree. Tree. Of course. That is most definitely impossible. You do not go to the tree goes to you, unless of course you're me, you see.
Not even a little bit.
Well, that's your problem. It's a matter of perspective, I'm afraid.
But couldn't you take us then? You've been there before.
So why would I ever want to go back? Yes, I'm glad we understand one another. No sense in seeing a sight seen.
Please. You helped Alex when she was...
Alex? How do you know her? Are you friends of hers? Lifelong nemesis? Wait, don't tell me. Okay, no, tell me.
Well, we don't know her personally. Just...
She wrote a book about her entire adventure in the ever after.
A book? Is it well liked?
It's kind of a childhood favorite of everyone's, where we're from.
Yes. Oh, please, I simply must know more. What did she write about? How was I portrayed? And do I smell a mouse?
No.
From one cat to another, could you give us a minute, please?
Oh, so they're spoken for. Well, please hurry. I have so many questions.
Are we sure they're not called the constantly annoying cat?
Got him. Totally roasted.
Thank you.
Guys, the curious cat was described as an ally with an appetite for information. Just because they don't want to go back to the tree doesn't mean we can't lure them there.
Okay. Yeah, we just need to keep their attention along the way. That shouldn't be too hard. We know all sorts of...
The cat's gone.
No. But wait up! Didn't you have questions for us? We'd be happy to answer them.
I sense a butt approaching.
No. I mean, we do still need to go to the tree, but that'll take ages, right? Plenty of time to tell you all the stuff from our world. Look, ever seen a scroll before? Ooh.
Luminous rectangle. Ooh. What does this button do? Why is it painting tiny flat versions of me? Is that what I look like smiling?
Hook, line,
More
and
questions.
sinker.
Oh, exciting. So, the old man and the boy share a body now? Ooh, that's got some uncomfortable implications. Who thought that was a helpful way to reincarnate? Put a city in the sky? Oh, speaking of Atlas, did that CL girl from the Vital Festival ever come back in a notable way?
Oh god.
So many characters to keep track of.
Arnold's gonna love that.
What was my original question?
Blake, it's your turn. You asked about the origins of Remnant.
That's right. Woo, those two brothers. Talk about a god complex, am I right? All in all, a rather entertaining summary, though I felt some of the character voices were a bit uninspired. Looking at you, wise huntress.
Again, It's wise. Just wise.
Apologies. To your credit, you lot certainly know more about the beginnings of Remnant than Alex did. That girl could barely see past her own nose.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, you know. Just hilariously concerned with trivial things.
Yeah, but she learned her lesson in the end, right?
I'd certainly say so. Oh, would you look at that? The edge of the Garden's Acre.
The gardens, okay. I'm sorry, but that entire interaction was great.
This entire world is put together like a bunch of mixed up puzzle pieces. How does anyone make sense of this?
Each acre is made specifically for its inhabitants and their roles. Is it not like that on Remnant?
No?
How strange. It never even occurred to me to ask that before.
I have a question I'd like to ask. How much longer before we're back to regular size?
Not long at all. The garden is just down this path and is sure to have all the ingredients we need for a lovely Grogurt parfait. Just don't go talking to anyone without me. If you're not careful.
We might get our heads cut off.
That is how we met, isn't it? Remnant folk are such troublemakers.
Well, I'm sure we'll cause a lot less trouble once we're back to normal.
I don't see what all the fuss is about. Some of my best friends are 6 inches tall. If I were you, I'd be more worried about... Oh, who was that scary sorceress you mentioned? Salim? Salem? How many more relics does she need to end the world again? How are you even supposed to stop her now that Atlas is gone?
Oh, Curious Cat is asking the right questions.
Hey, Rubes?
Maybe we shouldn't worry about home right now. We've got enough problems to...
The cat!
What? Oh, no, I wasn't paying attention. Where did they go now?
Oh, they saw a bug.
And you didn't say anything?
It was a very interesting bug.
Of all the characters from the book,
little.
why did it have to be the cat? Why couldn't we have gotten help from the lively carpenter or the rusted knight? One was sweet, one was handsome, and neither of them had the attention span of a goldfish.
You know, I bet you could find a goldfish in one of these ponds.
Lively Carpenter.
Hey,
I'm guessing that's the
did
blacksmith's
you
name.
hear that?
Is this the garden?
It certainly looks like a garden. But where's that humming coming from?
What are you?
I am getting really tired of that question.
What question?
What are you?
Oh, that question. Isn't it obvious?
He's a gardener.
I am an herbalist. The herbalist. At least, until I'm not anymore.
Oh, good.
Your purpose can
Well,
change?
all questions answered then.
Sorry to bother, but, my friends and I could use some help. See, we're trying to get to that giant tree, but...
Help getting to the tree. Ah, yes. Everyone needs help these days. Everyone.
Okay, so you're just a disgruntled janitor. Got it. Well, was wrong about this being Alex's hideout, but...
Well, are you coming in or aren't you?
You can make us a Grogurt parfait, right?
I completely missed that it was Grogurt the first time.
I must say, you all seem a bit, hesitant. What did you say you were again?
We're huntresses.
And what exactly does a huntress do?
Fight monsters, I guess. I'm sorry, I don't understand why this matters.
I don't understand how you don't understand. I am an herbalist. I make medicines and remedies to help others on their journeys. It is what I am. So, do you know what a huntress is, or do you guess?
Huntresses are heroes. We protect those who can't protect themselves.
Thank you. Now, would you say that you're good huntresses?
Look, can you help us or not?
I am trying. But you are making this far more complicated than it needs to be. We all have our titles, our roles to play. But in order to help you become whatever it is you need to become, you should really have a better understanding of what you are now.
Okay. How do we open mushroom door?
This is how a king winds up a prince. Follow me. My work is
So the
never
king
done.
did turn into the prince. Forgot his purpose, or?
Please, take a seat.
Actually, I think maybe we should be going. Right, Ruby?
This won't take long. Just answer the questions.
There's a reason you were told not to speak to people.
No!
Are you sure you know? You have to be sure of what you are and of what you're going to be.
Blake! Ruby! What? You don't have to go forward, you know?
They all encounter
back.
their Volume
Back
1
to
self.
before. What? What are you talking about?
It's simple, really. You could just be human. Or just a cat, if you wanted. Really, it's up to you. Why would I do that? Like I said, it's simple. Much simpler than trying to be a bridge between humans and faunus. Why struggle with that responsibility?
The Schnee name. Why bother anymore? What does it even stand for now? Instead, you could be a nobody. Could you imagine? Not a single bit of baggage upon your shoulders.
I mean,
Isn't that what you
that's
want?
a fair.
To be free?
To be something simpler?
To be whole again?
I don't agree with Yang
My
and
losses,
Blake,
my
but
failures,
Weiss is fair.
those more than anything are what have shaped me into who I am. Showed me how I need to grow. If there's something I'm missing, it's not because I've lost it. It's because I haven't found it yet. And the only way to do that is to keep going.
A simple life wouldn't be my life. My family, my friends, my culture. I belong to them just as much as they belong to me. To give that all away wouldn't be simplicity. It would be betrayal.
I don't know who you think you are, but let me tell you who I am. I am the granddaughter of a hero and the child of a villain. I am a citizen of a fallen kingdom and an heir to nothing. I will not be defined by
Okay,
my
that
name
part
because
goes
I
hard,
will be
but-
the one to define it. I am Weiss Schnee, and I am a huntress.
I am a huntress.
I am a huntress.
So, are you a huntress? Like the ones you read about in books? I don't know. They always saved the day, didn't they? Always knew what to do. Always won in the end. But life isn't like a fairy tale. That's right. It's up to you to make things better, isn't it? Everything all depends on you. Your sister needs you. Your friends need you. The whole world needs you to keep fighting forever and ever against an invincible monster that took your mother.
Fucking hell.
Mom was the best. But even she failed. And that doesn't seem fair. None of this seems fair. What am I supposed to do?
Only you
can do
answer.
whatever you want. Be whoever you want. You don't even have to be Ruby Rose. So, what are you gonna be?
Get away from her!
Oh my, that's a bit much.
Oh, Herb, look at yourself. You're done. You're supposed to be helping others find their way, but you've lost your own. Please, let me help. And take a little bit of my heart. You'll feel much better.
I do apologize.
Again.
I always was
Take a bit of my
workaholic.
heart.
Huntresses, was it? Peculiar things.
Completely changes their, Oh, of course she slept through the whole thing.
Oh, I found the cat.
Is that how? Oh. Right, because we knew that they didn't... They were still shrunken when they were heading to the night market. That was about as trippy as I thought it was going to be. Christopher Guerrero. I like how they're credited as tiny versions of themselves. Still all voiced by the same person, but it's tiny Weiss. That was a very interesting episode. Again, it started off slow, and then in the last third of the episode, it just picks up massively. That happened in episode 3, where the first half was getting to the chess game, and the last third was the battle. It happened in episode 2, where the first half was getting to the auction, and then there was the all the stuff about Penny and everything. But just hearing the cat's ideas about everything after all of their story had been told, specifically bringing up Ciel and everything, just that was funny. So what is the cat's role? Obviously it's being curious and it's a guide. However, it's also keeping everyone in their roles. Like, how disappointing you couldn't achieve the one thing you were put on this acre to do. Let my heart soothe you. Herb, what happened to you? You're meant to be helping people, but you've forgotten. Take a piece of my heart to help you. I don't know if this cat is entirely benevolent. It seems to be the thing keeping the world the way it is. Like, as Herb said, if you forget who you are, if you don't play your part, that is how a king becomes a prince. Whereas everything else, it's the other way around. A prince becomes a king. But, yeah. So obviously, after what happened with Alex and everything, the king lost his role and got relegated to being a prince, probably by the cat. And it seems something unique to interactions with humans as to what makes them forget their role. Or fail at their role, I guess. Because the king met Alex, and then he's now the prince. The prince met Team RWBY and failed at winning the game, which is always meant to win because it's rigged. Herb is meant to be helping people, yet the interactions with Team RWBY and everything, he wasn't helping. He almost made RWBY give up, which is, in a way, helps, but yeah, not help the overall goal. Jinxie is the same, if not, well, they said he was older, but... And Little has only ever known these people and never had a role to begin with, so... But I like how Yang, Blake, Weiss, they never even considered what their mirrors were saying. And so I want to know what would have happened if they had have taken the offer. Would they have reverted into the versions of themselves that was being offered? Like, would Yang have turned back into the free-spirited, two-armed person she was in Volume 1? Would Weiss have lost her identity? Would Blake have been split into human and cat, or just whichever one she chose? Because RWBY was the only one that wasn't given a distinct choice. And she was also the only one who didn't have an answer in response. So maybe... No, because we still haven't heard the line from the trailer.
Once we're back to normal.
I'm not going to be able to find it without the subtitles. But whatever Weiss called the carpenter, was it Lively Carpenter? Pretty sure. Oh, that, yeah, no, that does work. So, Lively, usually energetic and happy and everything. Carpenter crafts things. Well, it's more wooden stuff that a carpenter deals with, not a blacksmith. But, however, the Lively Carpenter in the Ever After, the Rusted Knight is a knight in rusted armor. The Red Prince is a prince who has everything has to be red with him. The Jinxie Peddler is a peddler who casts a jinx on things. So the Lively Carpenter is likely a carpenter of lives. They craft lives for people. So it could well be still, I'm assuming it's the mysterious woman, is the person who crafts people's roles or recrafts them at the cat's behest, because I reckon the cat is in on it, or mayhaps the cat is a pawn in and of itself. But yeah, so it could craft lives for people, give them their roles, recrafted the king into a prince. Because we still don't have any sign of Jean. It took us 3 episodes to get Neo, and in that small scene we got, she completely took over. Her semblance went haywire. She created an army of herself. She defeated an enemy that Team RWBY technically did not defeat. Yang didn't beat it on its own. Then again, it did seem to be running from her, but she almost did. But so Neo is the big bad. Had a feeling that was going to be the case. It defeated who would have been the other antagonist quickly. Oh, that is a... Do I speculate that now? Okay, I'll speculate. There are 2 options for the next episode. Because obviously we're getting the night market and everything. We're in the area. We've dealt with the caterpillar and everything. So they're going to the night market. That's the only other thing we've seen from this trailer. From the trailers and everything. And we know the Jabberwocker appears there. Either it is there seeking help to dispose Neo from its land, or it has been sent to bring them to Neo. Those are my predictions for the next episode. But that is... I've just given myself a wild theory. I'm not going to mention it here. Going to be doing another theory video. Also on Geek Duo Discusses. However, this one's not going to be cross-posted on my main channel. I'll link it in the next week's reaction. But so you'll just have to tune in and see what my theory is. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.